Alright, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go into the river. We're going to do some shallow water diving, and we're going to look for, going to do some metal detecting. And we're going to be looking for like Civil War items. We're going to be looking for stuff that swimmers might have lost, like gold rings, diamond rings. We're going to look for colonial stuff. I mean, we could find anything at this spot. I've been here before, and unfortunately the water's a little murky in the creek here today. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. We're down at the creek, and we're going to look for, we're going to go do some metal detecting. Shallow water diving, basically. So once I get in, I'll probably just do like a voiceover on this stuff, because I'm going to try to keep underwater as much as I can. I have been here before. And I found lots of stuff, a lot of Civil War stuff and things that swimmers have lost, like gold rings and things like that. So there's a really good chance we're going to do really good today. I'm looking forward to it. However, there's one slight complication, and that is that the creek is very, well, kind of green and murky today. I'm not sure why. So we're going to grab the little Aquachigger mini, and we're going to jump in there. Like I said, it's a little green, but I think once we're underwater, it'll be okay, because everything's going to be up close. So I think it's going to look pretty clear when we're under. All right, you ready? I was actually scuba diving yesterday, and it was pretty chilly. Only got a few leeches on me, so that wasn't too bad. I didn't actually see them. I just saw the marks they left. And maybe I'll show that to you later, but I got all my stuff on. So, all right, so what do you say? You ready to get in there? Okay, I'm ready if you are. Don't forget, hold your breath. And under we go. That's a nice squeaker right there. That should be something good. A lot of bullets in this area, but there's also chunks of melted aluminum, and the aluminum sounds really good when it's solid like that. Transition, that means it took me a while to dig it, and there it is. It's a Civil War mini ball. First find of the day, nice, flattened out Civil War mini ball. Though it hit a rock pretty close, or a tree, or something. Could have been dirt. Nice solid buzz like that means the pinpoint is right on top of the target. I'll fan some of that silt away so we can kind of look at it together before I pick it up. And it is another mini ball. That's a beauty right there. You can see it's all deformed, so it too was fired. That's a fishing lure right there. It's pretty rotted away, but you do find a lot of those in the rivers. You can see I already have that hole partially dug and must have moved whatever it was. I must have moved it off to the side there, back toward me. Now, there it is. Another nice mini ball. 58 caliber. Looks fired. 1 ounce piece of lead. Sounds very irony, so I guess I just left it. High squeak, that's going to be non-iron, so I'm going to go ahead and dig that one, I'm sure. Checking to make sure the pinpoint is working. So I guess it's a lot deeper. Yeah, it's still a lot deeper yet. Pinpoint will go down, 3 inches, 4 inches maybe, depending on the size of the target. Must be at my, it's about as far as I can reach. So I guess I let it clear out, and that's the same hole. Not quite to it yet. Gotta make it cloudy again, aren't I? It's pretty hard packed. Always wear gloves when you're doing this. If you don't, you won't have fingertips in a very short period of time. And it will hurt for many, many days. And there it is. Another fired Civil War bullet. Looks like a 3-ring or 3-groove mini ball. Nice deep cavity. Sounds irony. I'm digging it anyway, I'm not sure why. Oh, cool! Yeah, that's a pocket knife with a blade that's open and kind of rotted off a little bit. And that could very easily be Civil War era. I mean, it could possibly be from a fisherman as well, but it's just really very difficult to tell with a pocket knife. Yeah, I'm not sure about this thing. I think it could be like a base to a duck decoy, but I'm not so sure. I just really don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever found anything quite like it. Heavy, it's lead. If you have any idea, let me know. It just doesn't make any sense for duck decoy weight, although it's about the right weight for one. That's a nice piece of brass right there. I believe that's going to be a fly to a lock, a big brass lock that would cover the keyhole. Call it a fly. I think it's a nice picture of that at the end of the video. Nice deep hole going there. Big target, or targets. It's obviously taking me a while to get that. Oh, that's noisy. Piece of iron. It's like a piece of tin or something. It's hard to say what that is. I don't have a clue. Could be old, but it may not be. Double checking the hole. There's still iron, but there is a squeaker on the side, and that's probably why I originally started digging that hole. And it is a lead fishing weight. That's like a bar of lead that someone poked a hole in to put a string through. That could be Civil War era, could be earlier, could be later. Piece of aluminum, that's probably a melted beer can or soda can from a campfire. I decided to come back to the little area I set up with where I have some extra batteries and stuff. And I decided I'm going to switch the big loop for a smaller loop because of all those round rocks and whatnot. It's hard to swing in between them and stuff. So let me get that done. I'm going to switch the batteries out and we'll get back in the water. I think we're going to do really good. I have a good feeling. Don't hear any thunder yet. That's always a good sign. We'll see you back under the water in just a minute, okay? Okay, here we are back under. I got my first mini ball. That's a beauty. It's kind of unusual too. 58 caliber. Don't know if that one's dropped or fired, but probably fired, I'd guess. This is really interesting. This is a freshwater sponge, kind of like the sponges you find in the ocean, except, well, they're in fresh water. A lot of people don't know they're around. In fact, I didn't until probably 4 or 5 years ago. Nice signal there, a lot of iron, but there's definitely a mid-tone. It's probably going to be a bullet or some lead, I would think. Little pinpointer out. Been working on that hole for a while. When you see that transition, that's what that means. Some glass in there. It looks like a beer bottle. Kind of put that to the side. Never want to put broken glass in your digging bag because you could. Oh, that's a freshwater mussel. Because the broken glass, you can slice your hand on it when you put stuff away. There's the bullet. I guess that came out of the same hole. I'm not really even sure, but I suspect it did. Looks like I've already been digging on that hole a little bit. I'm just going to finish it off with the camera. or for the camera. Hope it's something good. That is a musket ball, a round musket ball. Can't tell if that's fired or dropped from the picture here. I think that one was actually dropped, but I'm not 100% on that. Nice little squeaker there. Hopefully that's a bullet. Or maybe something a little better. Again, transition. That means I was at it for a while. Don't want 10 minutes of me digging a hole. Well, there's a screw. It could be Civil War era. I think that's actually the same hole, that there was more stuff in it, and I'm just kind of kept digging. Not 100% though. Obviously the pinpoint is going nuts on something there. That's another screw. More stuff in the hole. Oh yeah, that's like a little ceramic something. I have no idea what it is, but I don't think it's very old. It could have even been plastic with a metal insert. Another bullet there. That's a nice Civil War mini ball. Definitely fired. 58 caliber. Got the 3 rings in the hollow base, and that's actually what makes it a mini ball. If you had 2 rings in a hollow base, it wouldn't be a mini ball. When I say rings, what I actually mean are grooves. They're actually cut into the bullet. And the reason they do that is so that the indentations, the groove around it, can be filled in with animal fat. And that helps lubricate the barrel when you're loading it. It makes it easier to load. And I kind of hypothesize that is one of the reasons we find so many chewed up bullets. There's a nice mini there with 3 grooves, is because that animal fat, of course, would be attractive to pigs. And the pigs chew them up when they're in the ground. Also when they're rooting around looking for nuts and acorns and tubers or anything else they can find. But if they were covered with fat, I think they would be very tasty smelling. That's a really flattened out mini ball right there. That hit a rock up very close. Got rid of all of its kinetic energy very quickly. That's why it's so just ragged and flattened. Those are pretty cool finds actually. I saw the transition, so that means I was digging on that one quite a while. And some of these holes can take 5-10 minutes to dig. That's a melted aluminum. That was probably a beer can from a fire. And the aluminum is actually very hard when you dig it. Looks like silver. Most people think it's silver. Nice mini ball there down in that little groove, a little crack in the rock. Been laying there probably for almost 160 years now. Looks like another mini coming to light. 3 grooves, hollow base, so yeah, it's definitely a mini ball. I apologize a little bit for the camera. I noticed that the just washed out terribly, but look, there's a storm coming. I could actually kind of hear a little rumble, but I figured we could just dig a little bit longer. Oh, it's the beauty of a mini ball tucked up in the little crack there. Very dark looking. Not much patina on it. That's kind of almost a natural color of lead. Looking again. Oh, it's coming. You can actually hear the thunder in that one. Kind of iron rod there. I'm not sure what that goes to. I thought maybe it might be part of a cleaning rod for musket, but I'm not convinced of that. Good high squeak. I think I'm going to try to get a couple more signals before it starts raining. I guess that's a bullet maybe. Yeah, it's another bullet. I was checking the hole to see if there were any more. That one's pretty messed up too. That was definitely fired and hit a rock. Another nice high squeak. That silt and stuff, I always figured there's probably all kinds of diseases and stuff. Oh, that is a piece of enamelware. It's like a cooking vessel, like a teapot or something. Give a pretty good signal. Oh, it's getting closer. So here's the deal, guys. I was underwater watching this storm off in the distance, and it looked like it was kind of breaking up, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I just looked up a minute ago, and it is dark, and I mean, a big storm, lots of thunder coming our way. Winds picked up, and it's going to be a nasty one. No way I'm going to make it to the vehicle, so we're going to have to find a spot that gives us a little overhead shelter, but doesn't have really tall trees, because that's going to attract the lightning, maybe. So give me a minute, I'll find a little spot, and we're just going to have to weather the storm. It's going to be a good one. Well, not a good one, but it's going to be a big one.
Has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where